Salam alaikum and welcome back again. Now it's time for our mouth-watering cooking demo. And today we are joined by the incredible, talented Chef Hamza, who's no stranger to the show and is going to walk us through making a fruit salad on bread. Interesting. So Chef Hamza, is this the first time this is being done?
Salam alaikum. No, it's not. It's a fruit salad on toast. Last week, I did mushrooms on toast, and this week I'm doing fruit on toast, more or less. It's not quite as bland as it seems. It's a French toast style and a little fruit salad. That's pretty much what it is. So we're going to crack on. There is a slight twist, and the reason why there's a slight twist is because my dear cameraman has allergic reactions to 90% of foods, and egg happens to be one of them. So we're doing it without egg. So we're going to do a kind of French toast without egg. It's not quite French toast, but a French toast without egg almost. So it's a similar or version of French toast. We're going to crack on because we've got a lot to do. Now, I've got in here a bit of double whole milk, sorry. I'm going to add in here as well some cream. Now, what the egg, what that does is pretty much binds it together, and it allows you to get that extra texture that everybody loves when they're having French toast. Again, but because of my cameraman, we cannot have it, so blame him. So we have to kind of manipulate it a little bit, and we have to do it a slightly different way. And to get that caramelization is going to be a little bit more difficult, and for it to bind to the egg, but it's still going to be delicious and tasty nonetheless. So I've got some double cream in here. All right, some thick double cream, and just some milk that goes inside there. I'm just going to combine this together. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, not much, but I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to this, and then I'm going to add a bit more after. Just a decent pinch of sugar in there, and cinnamon, and a pinch of nutmeg as well. So it just kind of gives it another little extra bit of flavour that we want in there. Now I'm using brioche bread, sliced brioche. You can buy those. You can buy the whole loaves and slice it up. I mean, if you really want, you can use just bread. If you really wanted to, nice thick bread. So that's in there like so. I got my pan on, smoking away, and I'm going to put this in here. Now, I'm just going to remove this from the heat. You want a lot of butter in there, okay? That is a lot of butter. So you want a lot of butter in that because you want it nice and crispy. Like I said, we have to kind of substitute now the egg to get that crispiness on there. So that butter is in there. Let me turn that off for a second.
Chef, for one instance, I thought we were going to a fruit salad option just because we were thinking of we're going to go eat healthy now.
Yeah, because apparently I'm too overweight. No. That's not quite what it is.
No, Chef. Well, I mean, we have to make healthy choices.
We are making healthy choices. Trust me, I'm going to be ribbing you with this for a long time. Okay? So we're going to start with our little fruit salad. Now, what I want to do is, it's not your basic fruit salad. You know me for a while now. I don't do anything basic. But you're going to have in here some blueberries, and you just want to halve them. Now, you want to be careful. My knife is super sharp. So you just want to be careful when you do this. And just half your blueberries in there. Blueberries that aren't actually ever really blue. So they're going to go in there, and we're going to just kind of break them down a little bit. And what I mean by that is you're going to add, it's a very simple technique, and they just need to sit for a bit. And you're just going to add a bit of sugar in there and a little touch of water, and that will break it down, and that will release then all the liquids that are inside, the juices that are inside, and it just softens it up. We don't want to cook them, we don't want to overheat them, you still want that freshness, that zip in there, that's this kind of fruit, and the zing of the fresh fruit. You don't want to then kind of over the top and, you know, have things mush. That's not what we want. You still want to taste the fruit in there. So we're going to add a few of these little halved blueberries. That's enough for now. And I'm going to add, we'll keep this one to the side. I'm going to add some pomegranate. Love pomegranate. It goes in there, like so. I'm going to add as well some strawberries. Let's move this over. And the strawberries, I just want to kind of take the tail off and cut them into quarters. They can go inside, like so. We take a few of these. Love strawberries. I like, when I go to buy the strawberries, if I'm going to be eating strawberries that day, I never buy the ones that look the freshest ones. That's not what you want. You want them a little bit kind of knocked. They have the bruises. That's just the sugars that are coming out. It's almost similar to when you're buying, bananas. You don't want green bananas. Look at that. That there's a little bit bruised, a little bit tattered, extra sweetness on there. So that can go inside like that. It is a great little summer dish, and this week the weather's going to be becoming quite nice actually on Thursday. So it's a great little summer dish that you can do. Lovely little kind of sunny spring day.
Oh, the sun is shining bright outside, which
It's
is
lovely.
the
It is a
highlight
lovely
of the
day today. It's a bit chilly, but it's a lovely day. So we get rid of that. So that goes in there like so. And I'm going to take a spoon. I'm just going to, that's it. The smell is already wonderful. Blueberries and strawberries work so well together. Now, to that, I'm going to add a touch of sugar. You want around about a tablespoon of sugar in there. That's about that much. And then what that does, it just breaks it down. And I'm going to add a drop of water. Not much. Literally, that's all I need. That will then start to break down. The sugars will start to break down the fruit in there, ever so slightly. It's almost like a preserving sort of thing. It breaks it down, releases the extra sugars inside. That goes in there. And the smell of that, oh, when you're fasting, you're smelling fresh strawberries. It is wonderful. So that goes in there. We'll add this last minute. I'm going to add a little bit of mint running through, like that. Just a few leaves in there. So we want a few leaves running through like so. It's a very quick dish, doesn't take long. Finally slice these. It's a great dish that you can do with the kids. You know, if you could tolerate them, you know, the last 20 minutes or half an hour before iftar. So you put that in there. Sprig of mint leaves in there, like so. Now I'm going to add something a little bit different, and that's just the Moroccan in me. I'm going to add a pinch of ras al hanout. Ras al hanout, mixed spices, Moroccan. Ras al hanout literally means head of the shop. So these are mixed spices, and you're going to add just a pinch like that. That's going to go inside there. Again, that's going to add that extra little level of flavour. There's no point just doing, you know, basic stuff. That's not what we want here. Anybody can do, you know, throw a few things inside a bowl. It's about thinking outside the box. It's about adding another depth, another layer. Oh, so good. Right. Grapefruit, very good. Vitamin C. That's great for the salad as well, because what that does then is that's going to really freshen it up. And I'm going to take just half of it, or less than half, I suppose. A few little segments is what you want. We're peeling like this because we want the segments. So you don't want any of the pith or the white stuff, as you want to call it. It's the pith. We don't want any on there, so you're just going to clear that up like so. Very, very simple. And again, the acidity in this grapefruit just balances out the dish. There's a lot of sweetness that we're going to be having, so you want dishes to be balanced. That's one of the hardest things as a chef, is to get dishes to balance. And then you have to have the right kind of acidity in there, sweetness in there, savouriness in there. And with sweet dishes, there's always a danger of going too sweet. And a lot of chefs make that mistake. A lot of budding chefs, you know, people that are coming up, they always make the mistake of saying a sweet dish should be sweet. It should be always sweet. It shouldn't just be sweet. You have to have a bit of acidity in there. You've got to break it down. You've got to cut through. Otherwise, just too much. So you want a few of the kind of little segments over there like so. In here. And let the juice, as you see, look, the juice just running through my hands there. You want to let that juice go inside there, because that's going to add, again, another little bit of flavour. A few segments in there. There you go, a bit of juice, like so. This will be more than enough for 4 people. So I'm just doing that there. Right, get that over to here. That's going in here like so. That is your fruit salad. That is perfectly balanced there with the acidity and the sweetness. Look at that. Wonderful, smell, delicious. That can stay over there and get rid of this. We don't have long left now. So that's that. It is a great dish, and I always seem to find in Ramadan, I always seem to have the issue of having that sweet tooth. My body is craving sweetness. So this is one of those things where you can add that sweetness in without having too much sugar.
Yeah,
Let's
fruit salad is like, in my household, it's like a statement dish for iftar especially. It's like mix of all the fruits that you can get, especially I like adding the banana to it, which you haven't.
Yeah, fruit salad. Banana's great, but the problem with banana, it breaks down too much and it kind of overpowers everything. Like this, you can keep it then for a day. If you're having the banana in there...
Yeah, you can't keep it that for a day because it's all mush over there.
No, it's just been mushy and it's not great. So, we've got in here a little cream and cinnamon, nutmeg, and look, just a quick douse in there, not too much. Okay, here we are. Words like that. You can't see this so off screen. I'm going to shame him. My cameraman is putting up dodgy images of me because he's annoyed now that I shamed him out in public. So he's putting images of me up on the screen of me looking very frumpy and grumpy. So thank you very much. Next time I'm cooking with eggs. Okay, that's all I'm saying. This was for you. Right. So I'm going to douse this in some sugar, and the reason is, there's a reason by this, because I want to get a bit of caramelization on there. That's what I want. I want to have a little bit of caramelization that you'd normally get when you're having the eggs in there. So you're going to put just a touch of the caster sugar, nice and fine. So you want it to catch, you want it to kind of caramelize and crystallize. You want to heat this up, get this nice and hot, like so. A bit of bubbling away, and we can put that in there. It should be a bit hotter. You should have a little bit of a sizzle. But that's what we're going to do here. Let's raise this temperature a bit.
Chef, if one doesn't want to put extra sugar in, can we just cook
you can
it
do it
without
without,
sugar?
but the reason why I put a bit of sugar on there, again, just to get a bit more of a caramelization on there. As you normally see, when you see that French toast, it's crispy and crunchy. But because we don't have the eggs, it's going to have to, it's almost like a substitute. So, that's going to bubble away. I've got a little bit of cream over here. Like so. Right, and I'm just going to put inside this cream, this is regular cream, just regular double cream. Again, a little pinch, a couple of pinches of sugar, not too much, okay? Like so, and now I'm going to put this Ras Al Hanout, pinch of Ras Al Hanout in there as well. So you've got that flavour profile running through. And just a little mix it up a little bit.
Don't you use a Ras Al Hanout mostly in the tagine?
Tagine cooking, it's Moroccan cooking. So it's a flavour of different spices. But what that does to you, it gives it that kind of almost that
earthiness,
savoury element when you're having that dessert. And you do need it. Again, I can't reiterate this enough. It is all about the fine balances that you need. So you want that kind of almost like a savoury element on there.
If you ask somebody from South Asian background, we would say we need the spiciness. So we use the chaat masala instead.
Exactly. Well, exactly. Yes. That's what it is. Or we're using cardamom, for example, or star anise. These kind of things. That's what it is. Right. So that's now cooked down lovely. Look at it. You've got a bit of crispiness on there. It's exactly what we want to see. I'm going to take a little bit of this passion fruit from here, like that. Try not to burn the butter, but that's what you want. Now, it isn't going to be as crispy as it is when you're doing it with eggs because the eggs don't set, but it is going to be just as delicious. So that's going to go on there like so.
It doesn't look any different, Chef.
It's a bit different. Like I said, when you're using eggs, it becomes a bit more crispy, so it's almost like a pancake. Let's turn it off. That's very quick. Now, this is a very, very quick and simple dish. It really isn't that hard at all. And you just want to make it look a little pretty like so. Drop the stuff on there like that. I mean, if you gave me this for iftar or for sahur, I would be very, very, very pleased with that. I would be pleased indeed. So,
Chef, no need to rush. We've got a lot of time.
I know, we've got loads of time. I'm always rushing, and then I find that, so I can make things look a little bit more pretty. So you're going to do like a little quenelle, then like so, of this cream, like that. So we're going to make that on there like this. Look at that. Just a touch of cream. You don't have to have the cream. The cream is extra. A little bit of cream on there like so. Let's take a little bit of this then. Take our passion fruit on there. And that gives it that extra bit of zip and zing and acidity that we've got on there. Look at that. Just fresh, delicious. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling hungry now. I'm flicking.
You're not the only one, Chef. I know, you don't have to cook like this in the studio, especially during Ramadan.
It's a difficult. Sorry, I know. You could try that one. Right, and a little sprinkle if you want to put just a dash of the cinnamon powder around. I mean that there. Let's have a look. That's a good view. There we go. I mean that is very simple. You can have 5 or 6 toast. You can stack up your toast if you want to. It's a great dish actually for sahur in the morning. Not too much cooking. Again, I spoke about this last week. Don't overcook in the morning. Just a light little breakfast-ish. Cut the cream if you don't want to have a cream. If you want to go a bit more healthy, reduce the amount of sugar. It's very easily done. Instead of cream, a big blob of Greek yogurt or something along those lines would just then take it up, you know, a little notch as well. And you can kind of reduce your sugar intake. But that is it. Literally, that is my fruit salad on toast.
Amazing,
So 2 weeks in a
Chef.
row now, we've done something on toast.
Yes, the toast recipes are actually, you need to have a
Done.
series now.
Yeah, what, just on toast?
Just on toast. Just
I
on
love
toast.
toast.
Because I
Honestly,
remember you once
everything on
did
bread
beans
tastes
on
better.
toast as well sometimes.
Beans on toast, yeah, I do a little special beans on toast, cheese on toast. Oh. Or Welsh rabbit, as they say. It's, oh my God, the ultimate cheese on toast.
Yes.
I might do that actually next time. It's a great little dish. It is beautiful. But anyway, so this is it. Make it at home, guys. It's there for you. So simple. And a quick recap how I did it. I just took some fresh fruit. You could choose whatever you want, but summer berries always work best. Chuck that in a bowl, bit of sugar, and may set that down a bit. You do your little French toast, however you like, with or without egg. Toast that off. I got my little cream in there with a little ras el hanout running through, and you got that ras el hanout spice. Again, it just gives it that extra depth there. So there you go, guys. As they say in Morocco, صحة فطورك. Okay, so good health to your iftar, and try it. That's it.
Amazing. The recipe was on the screen. Can we have the recipe again on the screen, please, for our viewers to take a little screenshot so they can make this easy recipe at home?
I think the recipe on the screen, I didn't add the ras el hanout. That was just something I added extra, but you're more than welcome. If you wanted to add some cardamom, for example, cardamom cream, if you like that, again, it does work really well for you. Try it, experiment. That's what you're there for.